broke, boy, broke, boy, broke, boy, broke. La croqueta, you know who I am. FIFA 20 different and I feel like Uncle Sam. Texting all you haters cause you I defend. Call the apps Takashi cause all they do is bend. Broke boy, elite is what I like to choke boy. I am just a joke boy. Pressure eats me, nam, I'm bok choy. Yeah, I'm a broke boy. Leave you swimming with the fishes, I am so coy. Opposition looking funny, Joe Coy. Class session, yeah, take some notes, boy. Broke boy.
What is going on, YouTube? It is your boy, One Star Week Fin, and we are back for yet another episode of the Broke Boy Road to Glory. And today's going to be an interesting episode because I don't normally give you guys a midweek episode. I normally do the Weekend League rewards, the Weekend League gameplay, and that's about it. But today, I felt like there were a lot of things to talk about, a lot of catching up to do. So I decided to give you guys an episode. So first off, you're going to see me opening my Gold 1 Squad Battles rewards, and we get lucky. We pull an 89 rated Griezmann, and when I pulled him, I was really happy. I was overjoyed. I was over the moon and back, but then I realized he was only selling for 65k, and don't get me wrong, I am not complaining. 65k for Gold 1 rewards and squad battles is actually a really good return. So I sold him. And I sold a few other cards. I did a few other SBCs. I've been doing the headliners challenges whenever they drop. Yesterday, EA dropped a really good one where you get an untradeable rare players pack for a squad that doesn't really cost that much to do. I ended up paying maybe like, actually no, I didn't pay anything. I used things from my club, and I ended up packing an 84, a few 83s. Not too bad. I think I also got an untradeable inform. Another thing I ended up doing with the Griezmann money was I ended up completing the Serie A SBC because I was almost done. I had 12 out of 20 teams completed, and being that the headliners were in packs, I was like, you know what? I might as well complete it, get the Politano, or not the Politano, the Tonali card, and see what I get from these packs. So I did that, and out of the 8 packs that I had remaining, I ended up packing a Verratti UCL card. I sold them for 20k, so the account is in a decent place. We now have Tonali. And let me show you guys the transfer list real quick, just so you guys are up to speed. We have sold Griezmann, 65k, like I said. The Verratti I just talked about, 19.5k, not a bad pull. And the rest of this stuff is just various things we've pulled. I can't believe Zidane is selling for 3.2k, but various things we've pulled from the different packs we've opened. So we have 387,000 coins, and the next order of business here is to do the icon swaps objectives. We have about 2 more left in the online section. We have the Serie A objective and the Ligue 1 objective. I think I've won 1 game out of 4 for the Ligue 1. And for the Serie A objective, we're gonna jump into some gameplay right now. And when you look at my Serie A team, it's actually very nice. I'm very proud of this team. This is actually, out of all my first owner teams, this is my second best one. The best one is obviously going to be the Premier League one. I feel like most people's best one is going to be the Premier League one. But we got the Serie A one right here. And when you look at it, there's a lot of really good cards here. But the card we're going to talk about here is this 85 rated Tomiyasu. A lot of people online have been talking about the card. And all you have to do is level up to, I believe, level 14 or 15 in the season objectives, and you get this Tomiyasu card. You also have the choice of getting a Caceres card, and I was really on the fence about it. I was contrasting their stats. They're very similar cards. The main difference is Caceres is 5'11", Tomiyasu 6'2". Caceres has more composure, probably feels better on the ball, but this Tomiyasu probably has, you know, a stronger challenge. So I decided to go with the Tomiyasu card. A lot of people say he's overpowered, and we're gonna explore that today. We're gonna look at this card. He's 6'2". He has the medium-high work rates. One thing I really like about the card is that he has the 5-star weak foot. It's very rare you get a center back with 5-star weak foot. I played 5 games in rivals with him trying to get icon swaps objectives done. I got 0 goals and 0 assists. And before we go any further, if you're enjoying the content, if you're gonna find this helpful in some way, shape, or form, please hit your boy with a like down below. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. I appreciate all you guys at home for watching this video. So when you look at this Tomiyasu card, all right, you know he's going to be good enough to do the first owner objectives, all right? That's not really the question here. The question here is he going to be good enough for foot champs? Is he going to be good enough to be grinding rivals? I mean, let's look at the stats. He has 82 pace, which of course is going to be lovely. His passing for a center back looks amazing. I mean, the vision and curve is not so good, but the 90 short passing and 86 long passing, yes, please. His dribbling stats are very good as well. 84 agility on the 6'2" defender is really nice. He has 80 reactions and 76 composure, which I don't like. He has 87 ball control and 78 dribbling, which I do like. His defending stats have some good and bad. Okay, he has 80 interceptions, which I wish was higher, but in my experience, taller center backs with lower interceptions tend to do better than the stats indicate in game. His defensive awareness is average at 84. His stand tackle at 87 is actually very nice, especially considering he has the 91 strength, the 83 aggression, so I expect him to be very nice, commanding going into a challenge. 78 jumping is not going to be an issue, neither is the 76 stamina. So without further ado, we're going to jump into the gameplay. I'm going to let you guys know how this Tomiyasu card is, and I'm going to also let you guys know what I think about the new patch that dropped on FIFA. Let's get it. All right, guys, so we're here to review this Tomiyasu card. He does not sell on the market. This is a card you unlock for free. Is he worth bringing into your side for the weekend league? I would say not quite. All right, we're going to break down the stats so you know exactly what to expect at home. So first, we're going to talk about his pace, and honestly, his pace was better than I expected. He has 82 pace, so I expected him to feel quite quick, but he feels actually very rapid. His acceleration, his recovery speed is very quick, one of the best center backs as far as recovery speed I felt on this game. He tends to cover a lot of ground with his long legs, and overall, I gotta give his pace a 9 out of 10. I can't really imagine it being much better, and if you do throw a shadow or anchor chem style on him, he's gonna be amazing. Next, we're going to talk about his passing. And passing is a stat that I do value on center backs on this game, especially because in delayed gameplay, if your opponent presses your center backs, you may be in trouble if you have somebody like Manolis, somebody like Koulibaly who can't pass on this game. In game, I really enjoyed how press resistant he was, and that's because of his dribbling and his passing. But we're going to cover his passing here. His short passing and long passing felt very reliable in game. And I really felt like I could pass the ball with ease even when I was being pressed. I didn't really notice his composure negatively affecting him at all. The weighting on his passes was flawless, and he could even send those over-the-top through balls to get in behind. Overall, I gotta give his passing an 8 out of 10. Next, we're gonna talk about his dribbling. And like I said, this guy is very press resistant. And I think that comes down to his 84 agility, his 87 ball control, 78 dribbling. All of those stats are fairly elite for center backs, even when you look at the icons. And on the ball, this guy was very, very nice. He felt more like a midfielder than a center back, and I really enjoyed that. So if you like to build up out of the back, maybe you're playing a 3 at the back formation, maybe you might be even playing this guy at CDM. Don't be afraid to dribble with this guy. I mean, don't get me wrong, he won't beat a man, but he is very press resistant, and that is a great quality to have as a center back. His composure and reactions I wish was a little bit better. The reaction specifically at 80 is not good enough, especially if you're going to be playing foot champs against a lot of good players. A lot of good attacking players on this game have high reactions. So if you have lower reactions than the attacking player, that's not a good thing. Overall, though, I got to give his dribbling an 8 out of 10. Next is the $1 million question. How is his defending in game? And one thing I noticed about this card is that he plays worse than I imagine his stats to really indicate. We're first going to talk about his interceptions. 80 interceptions is definitely how he feels in game. He doesn't really feel any better despite the fact that he does have long legs. His positioning is very average. His interceptions are very average. And don't get me wrong, he won't let you down, but he also won't save you. And that's really the mark of an elite defender in comparison to a cheap beast. And this guy's more of a cheap beast, all right? His AI is going to be decent, but nothing more. He's not really going to make very many last-ditch tackles for you. He's not going to be able to really cut passing lanes as good as you would expect a top-tier center back to do. But because he's a free card, I don't really mind it too much. His stand tackle at 87 is the thing that really disappointed me the most. I expected him to have a really, really strong, clean tackle. And when I was going into a challenge with him, I found him to be very sloppy, very loose going into a challenge, and it was surprising. I mean, when you look at this guy's stats, 87 stand tackling, and the fact that every time I went into a challenge, I did not feel safe. He was called for fouls a lot of the time, and when he wasn't called for a foul, he would miss the challenge. I actually felt he was more reliable going to a challenge when I didn't even press the tackle button, when I instead just tried to run or jockey into the opponent. That's when he would really come away with the ball. A lot of the times he would get the challenge in, but then he wouldn't come away with the ball. So overall, I found stand tackle to be subpar, and that's where I really felt like he was very cheap. His slide tackle at 86 was actually very good. I've been practicing my slide tackle more often, and because he's long, because he covers a lot of ground, if he slide tackle at the right time, in the right place, he's able to really come away with the ball with the slide tackle. So I really like the slide tackle. Overall, I gotta give his defending a 7.5 out of 10. He's decent, but I don't think he's foot champs already due to the fact that he is lacking a bit of defending stats. Finally, we will be talking about his physical, and physically, this guy's a beast. He has 91 strength. He goes into challenges very strongly. Like I said, the only issue is the challenges tend to be sloppy. His 78 jumping is decent. He's 6'2". He does win his fair share of headers. Overall, I gotta give his physical an 8.5 out of 10. All right, guys. So what do I think about this card? I think this card's a very good card. I think you could use him in Rivals. I think you could definitely use him for the Serie A first owner objectives. I think he's a very fun card. However, he does have a bit of deficiency to him that leads me to say I wouldn't use him in FUT Champs. All right, his stand tackle is not quite good enough. His reactions and composure, I feel like, could be better. And I just feel overall, I don't feel very safe with him as a center back on my team. I think you're better off just spending maybe 100, 150,000 coins. I think there are a lot of better options in the Serie A as far as weekend league quality defenders. I'd rather use Manolas, I think, even though he can't pass. I'd rather use even somebody like a Screamo Magnoli. I think is a much better option than this Tomiyasu card. Next thing we have to cover here is the new patch. How do I feel about the new patch? I'm actually enjoying the new patch a lot. These are preliminary thoughts because the gameplay wasn't quite the smoothest when I was playing today. But the one thing that I've really noticed a lot with the new patch is the dribbling. And I think it's going to really make these small agile players even more meta than they were in the past. I've noticed when I was using Mertens today that it was so hard to get him off the ball. His L1 dribbling felt more snappy. His skill moves overall, his acceleration coming out of the skill moves felt a lot better. I felt like the ball bounced back to him even more than usual. And he just felt very sticky. And I noticed it with a lot of the smaller players I was using on my team. So I do think if you like to dribble, if you like the small agile players, you're really gonna enjoy this patch. Everything else in the patch, I haven't really noticed much of a change. The shooting felt the same, the defending felt the same, everything else felt the same. All right, guys, so that's gonna be my Broke Boy RTG episode. Hopefully you guys at home enjoyed it. Have you tried this Tomiyasu card? Let me know in the comment section down below. What are your experiences? Once again, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video, but until then, later.